What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Monument Auto. Wow, it's been a while. I've been kind of busy. I don't even know when the last time was that I posted, but I have been working on the ML63 AMG still, just not as much as I might like. I just haven't been posting each little, small update because I wanted to save it up to something that was a little more worthwhile to watch. So in this video, I've compiled all the small things that I've done over the last couple weeks to the ML63, including some exterior upgrades, at least in my opinion, and then some fixes of issues that were still plaguing the ML. So hopefully this video is helpful for you if you have your own ML, or if you just like automotive content. Stay tuned and let's get started. So one of the first things that I did was, this is obviously not the ML, this is my dad's car. Anyway, one of the first things I did was I replaced the headlights. So I went from the chrome headlight, as you can see here, to a black housing. And so here I'll show you how I did that, more or less. I mean, I didn't go through every single step, but this should give you an idea of how to change your headlights. And if it is the same, like an OEM brand, or direct fit headlight, it's super easy. So unfortunately I lost the footage of me removing the front bumper, but basically you have to remove some screws on top and bottom and in the fender wells, and then to remove the headlights you have this one right there, and then this one up here, as well as one underneath that will not look exactly like this because this one was damaged in the accident. But basically you just have to undo those three and then remove the headlight, undo some wiring harnesses, put in the new one, bolt it down. It's not too bad. And the next thing I did was I changed the power steering pump or fluid reservoir, not the pump. I'm going to try just the reservoir first, see if that fixes the problem, and if it's still having that groaning kind of intermittent difficulty steering, then I will have to replace the pump, of course, eventually. But I'm just going to start with the reservoir and go from there. So first remove the plastic engine cover to get access to the power steering pump reservoir. Then, using a hand pump or whatever you have, remove as much fluid as you can before proceeding. In this case, the fluid is super gross and dirty and possibly burnt, so it's definitely a good thing that I am flushing the system and replacing the reservoir. Then we have to remove this hose as well as this vacuum line in order to access this T30 bolt, which holds the power steering pump reservoir in. Once that bolt is loose, go ahead and remove it, and then pull the power steering pump reservoir straight up and it should come out. Make sure to remove any hardware that you'll have to put on the new pump as well. The top line is the low pressure line, the bottom line is the high pressure line. So first remove the top one and stick a PVC pipe in there and tape it down so that we can then flush the system once the new reservoir is installed. Then go ahead and take some pliers or some vice grips or whatever and remove the clamp that holds down the high pressure line. Pull the high pressure line off and attach it to the new power steering pump reservoir. Then you're going to want to use some approved Mercedes-Benz power steering pump fluid to top off the reservoir all the way, and then go turn the steering wheel lock to lock, and then keep topping off the reservoir and turning the steering wheel until the fluid that comes out of the return line is green. That's when you know you've pretty much flushed the entire system. Then remove the hose from the low pressure line and attach it to the new the new reservoir. And then you're going to want to just repeat everything you did to remove it. So install all those vacuum lines and the hardware and the T30 Torx bit. And then make sure to check the fluid height or the fluid level before you take it for a test drive. There we go, all set. And in my case, this made a huge improvement. The sound decreased and the steering was easier to turn, actually. The other thing I did was I replaced the auxiliary battery right here. This little guy. You can see the part number. Because I have the white kind of dash battery light on. It's not the red one that indicates the main battery, it's the white indicator that apparently indicates an issue with the auxiliary battery. So I replaced that. I even checked the voltage of it before I replaced it, and it did say 12 volts, so I'm not sure that was the issue. The light hasn't gone away. I'm not sure if I need to figure out how to reset it or if it goes away by itself, but either way, now I have a new battery in there. I did check the leads to the main battery that go to the auxiliary battery are connected, and they are, so I'm not sure what else the problem might be, but you know, I just started with that. I mean, this is a super tiny thing, but recently I was at the car wash and the car wash machine kind of broke off my rear windshield wiper, and so I replaced, and not just the blade, the whole arm. So I bought a replacement rear wiper arm and replaced that.
Alright, to replace the wiper blade, first you have to remove the cover that exposes the nut. Then once you have access to the nut, using a wrench, loosen the nut and remove it totally by hand. Then you might want to remove the cover all the way before attempting to pull the wiper arm off of the stud. Try not to hit yourself in the face like I did. To install the new blade, position the blade so that it is horizontal on the window. You want to adjust it so that it doesn't go too far down or doesn't go too far the other direction as well. Then once you have it in the right position, finish installing the nut and replace the cover.
Oh, the other big thing I did, it's been a while, I almost forgot, but for you guys, you haven't seen, I painted the wheels like a satin black, or like a semi-gloss black. And that was for two reasons. One, the original, like the OEM silver, was kind of in rough shape. It had curb rash, it had some clear coat peeling, and all the spots where the original coating had come off were getting oxidized, and there was some discoloration, and that was, you know, making the wheels look not very good, obviously. And so I tried touching them up with silver paint, which helped, but I was like, this is a perfect chance for me to use these kind of rough shaped wheels and see if I like the black overall, because eventually I want to get either 21s, maybe even 22s on this car. And so I was like, I'm not sure if I want silver or black or some other color, and so I just kind of on a whim painted the wheels black, and so I'll show you that in a second.
So this is me, just kidding, but actually I did use this method. First I sanded down the wheels with my Dremel, and then I spray painted them black and finished with a gloss clear coat. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and didn't take any video.
And so far I really like it. It kind of gives the car like a sleek, mean, aggressive look that I think the ML63 AMG version deserves. And I don't want it to, I don't know, just be kind of regular. I want it to look a little more aggressive. So I think that's everything that I did.
That was not everything. I actually replaced the hood struts because they were completely failing. They're pretty easy to replace. All you have to do is get a screwdriver underneath this mechanism here and pry it forward. And then once it's up, all you have to do is pull the hood strut off the little mounting point. To apply the new one, simply push it on and it'll click into place. And now my car hood is able to remain up, so I can work on it without having to prop it up with anything I can find in the garage, like this snow brush. Alright, now I think that's everything.
If you did enjoy the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And stay tuned for more ML63 AMG and other automotive content. Until next time.